on the internet talk about this stuff. It's you know, important that we get to know ourselves in however way that seems fit. So if that resonated in any way, you know, you're welcome to just do it what you wish with that information. If you're gonna go check out your star chart, I recommend you do that. But yeah, so we're gonna be moving forward. Ooh, we're ready. We're ready. The cards want to play. We're gonna be moving forward. Right to it. Right to it. I'm gonna stop talking. I don't need to chat your ear off. I appreciate the gifts. Good to see you, my friends, my friends. I appreciate you, Lena. Such a nice compliment. Good evening. Good evening. And yes. So we're gonna be doing all 12 houses, starting with Aries. This is gonna be you for you, my dudes. We're gonna ground and just like, I'm excited, I'm stoked, and also just like out here in the clouds right now. So if you'd like to ground into this space with us today, you're more than welcome to simply maybe set your device down and rest, take a breath, decompress, release any air, any energy that wishes to be. Inhaling into your belly, up to your heart. Maybe rolling your shoulders back, reaching up through your crown, pressing down to your roots. Exhale. You can sigh if you want to. It doesn't even matter if there's someone else in the room. They're like, why are you making noise? Just be yourself. If you gotta let it out. If no one else is there, you can absolutely let it out. Then you can inhale fresh breath into your body. Breathe into your belly. Breathe it into your heart. Maybe you're reaching your hands up to the sky above you, lengthening up, rolling the shoulders back, even still here. And exhaling, bring your hands together through your heart center, pressing palm to palm. Anjali Mudra in Sanskrit. Bring your shoulders back, bring your elbows apart, arms parallel to the ground below you. Bowing your mind to your thumbs, your mind to your body. Allowing yourself a moment to step back into the body and practicing being the witness here today. Allowing yourself a moment to connect your masculine and your feminine, your feelings and your actions, your yin, your yang aspects. Grounding here today. And exhaling, releasing, maybe shaking it out as we ground into our space. Groovy. Groovy, groovy, groovy. Knowing that our breath is such an important part of our everyday experience. And it's a tether to this present moment. At any instant we can breathe in and ground into the space, into your body, to recognize, to find your way back towards your center. So, my collective, I'm so grateful to be here today to share these readings in this time and space. We'll be beginning with house number 1, Aries. Sun, Moon, Ascendants, wherever you may be. Shouts out to you wherever the first house is in your chart or wherever your Mars placement is. It's going to be you for you. This is for you, my dudes. Absolutely. Ooh. If you're ready, just ready to get started, you can drop that like magical orb emoji, or maybe the sunflower, or maybe the ram, or the Aries sign, or the fire. If we got any Aries in the room right now, shouts out to you. You can make yourself being known. Let us get to it. I'm an Aries and so excited. This one's free. Taurus is up next. Queen of Swords here. The Judgment card here. Hierophant in the root. First house. The path of the self. Let it be known that we are now in a time one could call the revolution of the individual. Aries is the beginning of this. Aries is the one who chooses to make a lifestyle of being themselves. Right now, Aries, my friend, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, or first house, wherever this placement of Mars is, we're being called to embody this vision of self, honoring that which makes you, you. Knowing that you put the you in the center of the universe. utilizing your best, I don't even know what word I want to say right now. I'm just feeling this card. Judgment. Utilizing your best judgment with every instant and how you can move throughout this experience and how this creates your reality and establishes the path that it is that you walk day to day, knowing that every action compounds onto the next, builds onto the next. Welcome in, Promise. Good to see you, Peace. Yes, we're making our way up to here. Basically, look. Aries, the beginning, the journey of the self, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. What areas in our life are we being called to step into with greater levels of conviction and confidence? Also a sense of jovialness, a sense of joyfulness, a sense of playfulness, finding that balance of playfulness and productivity, focus and fun, the middle way. Yes, the Hierophant is an individual who has a grounded aspect of their magic and their practices that allow them to continue to attune to the path that it is that they're on, whatever it is that you wish to be on, knowing that you are the driver of your spaceship, and every single instant you are moving throughout time and space and choosing which path you wish to walk onto. Aries, my friends, we're being called to walk on a path that is in alignment with our spirit, that greater vision, making our way up to those higher aspects of self, learning how to sit in the witness. We are driving, yes, but we are also sitting here in the seat of the witness, knowing that it's very important for us to honor our emotions and the downloads, the thoughts as they arise, but not necessarily having to react to everything, becoming the one who is observant of the subconscious, and instead of becoming a puppet of the subconscious, choosing to move in alignment with our greater vision, our spirit, that light within. That which allows you to feel like this, tap into that free expression, open-heartedness. Aries, my friends, this is for you this evening. Absolutely. To y'all, welcome. To y'all just now jumping in, welcome in, welcome in. We are currently reading for all 12 houses moving forward. Today is Tarot Tuesday. It's a full moon in Gemini. Next up, we'll be reading for Taurus. Aries, just to finish, first house. We cannot overstate the importance of diligence, persistence, resilience, persistence, the Hierophant. Yes, we have our days. You can always pick yourself up and keep going. When there's a will, there is a way. You have this, my friend. I believe in you. Now it's your time to say that in the mirror. Aries, that's what they really do. Second, Taurus, house number 2. Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Venus, wherever you have these planets in your natal chart. Next up, we're on house number 2. Taurus. After Taurus, we have Gemini, 3, then 4, Cancer. 5 will be Leo, and we flow forward. Solid. If that resonates, even if you're not Aries or don't have much Aries placement, you know, you're always welcome to bring the messages like a grain of sand with you in your pocket. And if it doesn't resonate, you can let it fly right by. Next up is Taurus, my dudes, so shouts out to all y'all in the room. Sun, Moon, Ascendants, we're ready to keep flowing. The cards are basically jumping out my hands. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. House number 2, Taurus, my friends. Cut the deck. Clear the energy. Draw 2. Ace of Cups here. Taurus, Venus. All about the values that you hold internally, the values that you hold externally as well. My question for you right now is, what do you value, and what does that word mean to you? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, second house, King of Cups next to the Ace of Cups. Ten of Swords. 10 of Swords here in the root right now, as underneath the Gemini moon. Gemini, a sign of air, swords, the element of air as well. Learning how to communicate and express from our heart space, speaking from this frequency of truth, that you already have what it is you need within you. Learning how to be grateful and appreciative and present with everything within our experience, radically accepting all of the challenges and all of the joys as well. learning how to sit back with all of the emotions and embrace every bit of it. Learning how to sit witness as the one who's observing the thoughts like birds in the sky, rather than becoming reactive to everything that's going on within the mind. Learning how to befriend the one within. To honor, to cherish, to nurture this aspect of self. Taurus, we're now being called to nurture our values, to continue to care for and tend to our roots, even within this time of winter. And the days are getting shorter, and the days are getting colder. Now more than ever, it's important to sit with that which is stirring discomfort within our space, but still choosing to stay grounded in our seats and our thrones, honoring all of the information, all of the emotions, all of the energy within the experience to the best of our ability. And this is how we step into the regal aspect, and this is how we hold our heart tenderly. Not to be reckless, to be gentle, to now take some time to go in for yourself, to really return to a state of solitude. We're not getting, like, we don't have the hermit card here, but we do just have, like, individuals here, so definitely getting strong self-care energy, reflecting on what it is that you value, second house, and how you can live your life and according to your values, how you continue to embody your values and fine-tune, because the journey never stops, and if you think that you've ever reached it, then you become complacent, then that's when you start to lose track of it. Yes, and Taurus, you know this. Absolutely. Grounded, earthly, living in a state of love for all of it, whatever the thoughts may be and however they present themselves, learning how to bring them all to your heart, because the heart is the space that can embrace every bit of the experience unconditionally. That's what we're here to do, and that's radical, my dude. Cheers to you, Taurus. You flow forward. Gemini, house number 3. This one's for you. House number 3. Gemini for you this evening, underneath the full moon in Gemini. Sagittarius Sun. Let us see. House number 3 is all about communication. Mercury is the ruling planet, so wherever you have Mercury in your chart, this one's for you, my dude. Gemini school. House number 3. Clear the energy. Draw. 3. Page of Cups. Reverse. Death. Rebirth. Reverse. 4 of Wands. Here, right side up. Wheel of Fortune, right side up in the root. This is a reading that turns me on right away. As a Gemini moon, I cannot say that I'm not a little bit biased. Gemini full moon right now, getting the sense that we are making our way out of a transition of self. We are releasing an idea, story, a vision, a subscribed pattern, program, habit, entire way of fixating a vision or perception lens of oneself, learning how to now see yourself with clarity and recognize what you're really here to do. Enjoy yourself. Why else would you be here? To also, tune into the frequency of fortune, the root into the frequency of fortune. Right now we've been going through a shedding phase, and it's really important to continue to release those limiting beliefs, patterns, ideas, and stories that one has held onto oneself to step into what allows you to play. Gemini, being encouraged greatly to bring a little bit more effort, energy to joy. and how you can tap into this frequency of fun, and how you can continue to just dance throughout the day. Basically, if it is actually literally dancing, or if it's doing something else that you enjoy, whatever that may be. But allowing yourself moments to care for the soul through finding the frequency of fortune throughout your day. And to me, one of the greatest frequencies like that, what that means to me is like, I feel fortunate when I'm enjoying myself. So whatever is bringing joy to you throughout time and space, rather than these stories that have convinced you that you're not allowed to experience these, you're not. Right now, Gemini, I'm just getting this energy of it's very essential to utilize one's imagination. With this Page of Cups here, looking up, I'm just getting this idea of like how important it is to call in this fortune with this full moon, with this upcoming new year. How important it is to recognize the life that it is that you wish to live. Like, there's no limits to the joy that it is that you wish to experience, and you don't have to think like you're ever being too much. You can ground this. In fact, it's very important that you learn how to ground this, because this is how you sustain it. It becomes real, becomes palpable, and then you become an anchor for uplifting the frequency and the vibration of this world itself. Wow, shout out to Gemini. Yeah, I'm saying that for myself right now, but also all my other Gemini squad out in this room. It's really important for us to surrender to the transition, and how change is the only constant, and the more we can change with grace, the more we can evolve and adapt according to our own inherent nature, the more our personal magic can play out. And this is the real fortune, what it is that you're here to enjoy. My dudes, Gemini's house number 3, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Mercury. Groovy. Yes, indeed. We shall flow forward. We shall flow forward. House number 4. Cancer. Water. This one's for you, my dudes. We're going to shuffle these cards and keep grooving. Cancer. House number 4. Bum, 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 bum. Home and family. The planet is the moon, your internal waters in connection with your soul. Let us see what we have today for you, my dude. We cut the deck. We draw 3. Indeed. 4 of Pentacles. Reverse. Ace of Wands, reverse as well. This dude, jumping in once more, the Wheel of Fortune. And the 2 of Swords. In the root. Cancer, right now, how can you shift your awareness towards that fortune and your values within? To quote an amazing band called La Dispute, fill your heart with what's important and be done with all the rest. Focusing all of your awareness on that what it is that's within your control, and doing your best to illuminate all of the doubts, fears, worries, bringing a sense of, I want to say like acceptance, holding, learning how to shift one's focus to solely on the fortune rather than all of the worries, doubts, and fears. That's like a very big part of the manifestation process that has been obstructing me in my own personal journey, just stepping into like my superpower essence, learning how to only focus that what it is that you wish to exist rather than all of that which could be possibly this. Your mental energy is so essential. If everything is mental, the mind is a horrible thing to waste, as they say. So now how we can utilize our mental energy, our vision within our flame, our desire to call in that what it is that we wish to experience. Just because you are open to receiving fortune doesn't mean it's got to be egoic and practiced in a way that is not mindful of the world around you. In fact, the fortune, and as you receive it, will allow you to continue to share your gifts and bring greater illumination to the world around you, to create space for your values, to ground your values into this existence. Yes, yes, yes. The fortune will only bring more truth. Indeed, my dudes. Cancer. So you do not have to worry about being worthy or how it's going to happen. Just more so shifting your direction in the fact that this is what I want. And I'm asking the world, and I'm learning how to be open to it and surrendering to this manifestation, letting go of it, staying true to your values and your gifts, and focusing on that what it is within your control to continue to move in this direction, listening to the signs and the guidance within and all around you so you may continue to do so, my dude. Groovy. Alright, house number 4. I appreciate you. We flow forward. House number 5. Leo. I don't know any card tricks. I gotta learn some card tricks though. I was thinking that the other day. That'd be so cool to be here playing with the cards and then like flipping them through my hands as well. House number 5. Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Yes, yes, yes. House number 5 is desire, that fire within that you wish to exist. Alrighty. My dudes, house number 5 for Leos in the room. Cut the deck. Clear the energy. Draw. Another 3. 8 of Wands here this evening. Only one way to learn. Keep playing. 8 of Wands next to the 9 of Swords. It's the King of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. 8, 9, 10. King of Cups. Leo. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. 5th house. Very much being encouraged to shift our focus. Right now, to bring our awareness diving into the depths of oneself, knowing that it's not too scary. Like, if you really wish to do the work, to alchemize all of that which creates this energy in your life, it's important for you to have these moments to dive into your depths, your darkness, to the challenges that you have experienced in this life so far, and knowing that you are held, seen, encouraged to clear the density within you, to basically move towards your journey of healing and whatever that looks like to you. I'm getting a sense of familial blockages and scarring energetically, 5th house energy, and like learning how to tend to these stories so we may write stories and live a narrative that is much more in alignment with this level of energy, this King of Cups, like being unfazed by any obstructing pattern or practice or projection, specifically from the familial environment. Getting the sense that right now, this season, this full moon, there's a lot of energy regarding the stories one's been telling themselves about family, 10 of Pentacles energy, and how it is that you wish to express this and bring it out, your internal aspects and the feelings that you've always had but not necessarily had the words for, learning how to be patient with yourself, learning how to be temperate, gentle, kind to yourself, to allow yourself the time to process what it is that you need to express, to call in this, to not be so hard on yourself or the people that you've experienced with, and know when it's time to set boundaries, to know when it's time to cut cords, to know when it's time to cultivate a specific level of connection as well. Definitely getting a sense of the importance of rest and self-care right now, and how it's essential for you to care for yourself when it comes to familial connection as well. Self-care is community care. Community care is self-care. The more that we can continue to check in, reflect on our experience, and not just go through the motions because this is what we've been raised to do, but instead choosing as conscious individuals to create the reality that it is that we should see, that it is that we wish to see. Leo, 5th house energy. Basically, like, what kind of family do you desire, whether that mean your cosmic family or your kin, and how it is that you wish to express this. Being real, being blunt, being honest, being vocal, but also communicating from a grounded space that's not reactive to one's emotions, but honoring one's emotions. Not easy. Not easy. Nonetheless, we keep flowing. You have it, that fire within you. What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? And how would you like to see it? What do you dream? Now the dream is the limit. You have the fire within, Leo. You got this. Be easy on yourself. Allow yourself that time to process the process, whatever it is that is currently causing some level of disconnect or discomfort, density. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, that was spot on. Alrighty, solid. Love it when that happens. Next up, house number 6, Virgo. My friends, my dudes, for you today, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Mercury coming your way. Virgo. What do the cards have to say for you today? We cut the deck, we clear the energy, we draw 2. The Moon. Full Moon in Gemini, Sun's in Sagittarius. Virgo, house number 6, we have the Moon. Do we have any Virgo moons in the room? I see a couple Virgos out here. Shouts out to you, my dudes. We have the 9 of Cups next to the Moon. Ace of Wands here. Getting a sense of strong revelations occurring currently. Getting a sense of confirmation and I want to say integration. Like, things have been simmering for a bit, and now your gifts are beginning to reveal themselves in a way that you're feeling, and the results are showing themselves. And now is the time to continue to cultivate this flame within, listening to one's intuition and recognizing how real this is, and this language with the universe within and all around thee is basically the essence. It's one of the greatest aspects of this life journey, if you're asking me, learning how to shift our awareness and what it is that we're focusing on, and more so this energy. We don't have to worry about that which is potentially on the other side of this card. We just gotta focus on this feeling within our heart. Yes, surrendering the doubts, the worries, the fears to the Moon. Surrendering the doubts, the fears, the worries to, yes, the Moon. You know, in fact, one of my favorite full moon practices is making a list of that which it is that I'm ready to release from my current state of being, and then burning it beneath the full moon. So if this is something that wishes to be called of you, perhaps writing an incantation of a invitation, and then closing the list with a seal of completion and gratitude, and then allowing it to be transmuted. Indeed, my dudes, the full moon is the perfect time to release the energies that are not in alignment any longer. Yes, exactly. Perfect for this. And you got that fire within. Even if you're not in a space where you can burn a list, you can still make a list within your mind's eye and know what it is that you would like to let go of. Now this moon particularly is perfect for communicating what it is that you wish to create within your reality, while all the while in alignment with your soul. Not just your ego's desire and your body's desire, but your connection to the divinity within and all around you. Your connection to the divinity within and all around you. Yes, you're allowed to pour out of your eyes. It's okay. It's totally cool, in fact. Yes, you got it within you, my dude, and no one can do it for you. Keep listening to your intuition and the world around you. Learning how to surrender is one of the greatest challenges, my friends, that you have this, Virgo. Absolutely. And we flow forward. Libra, house number 7. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. This is the house of partnership. Also, just closing notes for Virgo, considering you are the house of work and health, continuing to listen to your intuition when it comes to your work and your health, house number 6, listening to your body and what it is that it is yearning for. If there's like a specific fruit you're going to the grocery store, or you're like a new vitamin or something that you want to try, or a new exercise, or a language you want to learn, whatever it is that helps you pull into that direction of that 9 of Cups energy, and honoring your health and your work, moving to the diligence of this. Yes, I'm geeking. That reading was fire. Heck yes, I love it, promise. Libra is up next. House number 7. We cut the deck. Clear the energy. We draw 2 this evening. 2 of Cups, reverse. Libra, the house of partnerships. We have the 2 of Cups here, alongside the Page of Pentacles, also in reverse. Girl, you gotta get some sun. 6 of Wands. Six of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Right now, we're being encouraged to step into our realness. That which makes you you, and not being afraid to show up and express this. Your truth, grounding into your uniquity. Every seed has all the information it needs within it, encoded already to blossom into the beautiful being that it is to be. Am I wrong? Just like you. Now's your time to continue to root into this. Ground to this, and this is how you'll continue to connect with those who see you as you are, growing in symbiosis in the garden with those who it is that you wish to grow in, remembering that you are the cultivator of your garden. The more you go out there and express yourself, the more likely you are to reflect and manifest, call in those who see you in your fullest expression and wish to see you in your fullest expression. Yes, symbiosis is the mission. Libra is the house of this, partnerships, and how we can continue to cultivate a life that is based on growing together. Yes. And it really starts from just being yourself, knowing that this is enough. Be yourself and know that's good enough. Rely and trust on your actions and your decisions and your beliefs. Know that what I taught you, stop being a hermit. Big time energy is like time to express, connect. Look in the mirror, your essence is bright as hell. Hey. You know, there's pockets of moments throughout the day where the sun peeks its head out. Welcome in, Permaculture Plants. Good to see you, my dude. Amanda, there's definitely pockets throughout the day where the sun makes its way throughout the clouds. You can just go out there and like, hey, bro. Hey. Also, you can, did you know that you can dissolve clouds with your mind? You can dissolve clouds with your mind. I know it's raining right now in the Midwest, and we got a storm this week, but you can dissolve clouds with your mind. And pardon me for making it rain. No, don't pardon me. I love the rain. But we can also make it rain or not. You know that, right? Like, you can control the weather. It's really not too difficult. With your mind, bro. I'm telling you. Libra, you can do it. Next up, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. House number 8, the house of transformation. We are doing readings for all 12 houses. Currently for house number 8, Scorpio today. Here we go. We cut the deck, clear the energy, draw 3 this evening. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, reverse. The Tower, reverse as well. Squirrel! And the Two of Pentacles here, in reverse. Scorpio, you've made it. The fact that the only card that's right side up is the Ace of Pentacles here, I'm getting a solid sense of transition. Excuse me, no. Wait. Ace of Pentacles was in reverse. The Tower was... The Ace of Pentacles was right side up. Tower and Seven of Cups were in reverse, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to go with that. Two of Swords I know is in reverse. I know the Seven of Cups is in reverse. I'm pretty sure this one's right side up. I'm pretty sure this one's in reverse. I'm getting the sense that we're on the way out of a transition, of a Tower moment. This is coming to conclusion. It's like the pond is becoming still once more after a pebble was tossed and the ripples happened. Now you're finding your way back to your center. You're grounding into it. Now is your time to continue to ground to the vision that it is that you wish to exist. The vision that it is that you wish to experience. Learning how to utilize your mental energy wisely rather than feeding into worries and doubts and demons. Recognizing that all of these things, the what ifs, the concerns, the nagging, but you know you got this, Bill, but you know, yada yada, all of that nonsense, all those crows that aren't really cool crows, all those fake birds that aren't, you know, birds aren't real. That energy can be silenced when you choose your truth, when you recognize who you are and that you have it within you and it's in your hands. You can shift your mental awareness. You don't have to be out here fidgeting with all these strings. You can break through it. And when you do so, you choose to utilize this mental energy to create the reality that it is that you wish to experience, rather than wasting and feeding into these stories, fears. Wait, why don't you believe in birds? I believe in birds. I 100% believe in birds. And the birds believe in me. Pigeons are robots. It's an internet joke. If you know, you know. Yes. Scorpio, house number 8, transformation. I'm getting the sense that this big Tower moment, this shift has come to a conclusion, close. And now it's the time to recognize that it's in our hands, learning how to take the mind on a leash and take the mind for a walk, rather than being one who's being dragged by the mind. Learning that you are the observer of your reality, you are the dreamer of the dream, and you get to choose how it is you move through this reality to the best of your ability. The more you can be easy on yourself, patient, resilient, kind, compassionate, the values that it is that you wish to continue to grow within your reality. Well, that's what you're here for, my dude. Indeed, indeed. Stay focused on that vision. Godspeed, my friends. House number 8. Complete. 9. Sagittarius. Happy birthday, babies. We got a full moon for you. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Ascendant. As well as Jupiter placement. House number 9 for you tonight. The Gemini full moon. This is my only account. If any other account is attempting to pose as me and slide into your DMs, you can report them right away. I would never do that to you. My mind is dragging behind into oblivion. Sad. Come back. Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion. Said I'm on top of the world, but for now I'm just chilling. What a beautiful is a beautiful feeling in oblivion. You are not your mind. No. You are not your mind. So many people try to be you. I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This deck is the Light Seer's Tarot. We did do Leo already. You will be able to see the recording on my YouTube in a day or so if you want to check that out in my links. Next up we have Sagittarius, house number 9. Happy birthday, my Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Ascendant. Cut the deck, draw 2. My dudes, we have that handsome devil. Next to the 8 of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. The Hangman in the Root in reverse for you, Sagittarius, my dudes. Right now I'm getting the sense of reflecting on oneself and the lower aspects. What areas can the mirror continue to be cleared? What areas can you continue to bring a new perspective upon your life and your experience so you can continue to step into this? What's currently obstructing you from seeing this unfolding in your life? How can you continue to exercise the shadows, the lower aspects of self, to alchemize them so that they may move in alignment with your greatest vision? How can you continue to move, shift your perspective on that what it is that you see, maybe seeing your devils from a new angle, turning them into angels. Welcome, 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 my dude, my dude. Sag, for you, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Right set up, showing how this energy of seeing and being seen, being in a space where you feel received and able to hold unconditional love for the people around you and within you. It's essential for you to continue to remove any obstacles, patterns, programs, limiting beliefs, relationships, spaces, habits that are obstructing you from stepping into this calling. 10 of Pentacles energy. Sagittarius. It's not necessarily easy, though this is what you're being invited to, but this is what you're being encouraged, this is what you're being challenged to more so than anything. This is what you're being challenged to at this moment in time. It's going to take, and it's going to be an exercise. It's going to be an exercise, and this is how we alchemize our devilish, lower quality, gross aspects of self, the material, the aspects of self that are more so focused around this material existence rather than those that are in alignment with our soul's mission. Learning how to see our life from a deeper lens, a fresher perspective, knowing that you've been here before and you've done this, and right now you're being called to connect with the people that you've done this with on all levels and lifetimes. Yes. As it's thundering outside, I don't know if you heard that, but that was awesome. It's 11:11 right here. There's 44 people in this room, and it thundered outside as we're saying that. Fuck yeah. I'm telling you, I'm learning how to control the thunder. Oh, I can't tell you. It's really not difficult to work with the weather. I'm just saying. It's lit. The lightning strikes. It's groovy. My dudes, my dudes. You got it, Sag. This is what you're here for. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What do you want to carry into this next chapter? What are you ready to clean from your mirror? For good. For good, I'm telling ya. The only thing that will remain is a scar. But the scars can heal even. And the stories of the scars evolve over time. Continue to look Have these aspects of self with fresh angles to illuminate. These shadow aspects of self to integrate them and embody them on a fresh level that allows you to step into your power. Yes, Sag. You got it. Oh, we got a screamer. We got a screamer on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, make it rain. I'm always like the universe. Please give me a good rainy day so I can chill in it. Does a jumping into a new timeline for my birthday this year. Heck yeah, you go, girl. Agreed. Some of my first works were like this weather. Heck yeah. Alrighty, Capricorn, house number 10. We got it, my friends. This one's for you. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, wherever you may have Sun, Moon, Ascending, Saturn placement. House number 10, that reputation, your consistent ways of showing up throughout time and space, and how this relates with your fellow reflections. Cap gang, squad. We cut the deck for you, my dude. Ooh, we drew some cards, Capricorn. Three of Pentacles. High Priestess. Four of Cups. Man, shouts out to Steve. Page of Swords. Reverse. Four of Cups. Oops, cast log. Four of Cups. Page of Swords. Four of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Four of Cups in the root. Page of Swords in reverse. The only one that's in reverse. Capricorn. All these amazing cards jumping out underneath the Sag Sun, Gemini full moon. Showing us that right now, for you, my dudes, you're being called to step into your author's seat. Your desk at the table of what stories that it is that you wish to care for. I'm getting a sense that you've been allowing yourself a fair amount of time and energy to care for yourself. Welcome in, Andy. Good to see you, my dude. Right now we're reading for Capricorn, house number 10. Being called to continue to hold your heart as your main priority. Caring for oneself is one of the greatest magics you can practice. One of the greatest ways you can assure that you can continue to connect to your internal aspects of self, maintaining a level of union with your masculine, your feminine, and your inner child, your mind, your body, and your soul, your logic, your passion, your inspiration. That's a new trinity that just came to me. Logic and passion has been jumping to me, or reason and passion has been jumping to me today. The duality of logic and reason, but I like to see life as a trinity, and imagination, I think, is a very big part of the soul trinity. You know, masculine is very logic, feminine is creation, is intuition, is passion, is the why, and inspiration is that soul aspect of self, the internal child, that sense of like pure joy for simply being. That's like inspiration right off the bat. And this is High Priestess energy, learning how to ground into this, Capricorn, and find it within your heart once again, because you have been practicing boundaries, because you've been caring for yourself, because you have been keeping track of your self-care and learning how to continue to delve deeper into this practice. And now you're being encouraged to even go further into this journey and reflect on how it is you can fine-tune your relationship with yourself and the world around you. Yes, so that you can continue to embody, be the high priestess that you are, but not even like looking back, like it becomes like base reality, like yeah, like I'm a high priestess, and if you don't see that, that's your own problem. But I know who I am. Capricorn, you have it grounded. Like this is no cap. I'm not capping right now. I'm being dead serious, dude. You are this, and it's just important to like recognize that like anybody who's not capable of seeing that level within you is not worth your time, space, effort, and energy. That doesn't mean you don't practice compassion and kindness towards them, but it also doesn't mean that you have to like allow them much time, effort, energy within your space. You know, you can set those boundaries so you continue to care for your aspect of self, and you're not letting anybody's projections get in the way of you writing your story for your life. Recognizing that you are a sovereign soul, you are a unique individual, you are impeccable, you are indivisible. No one can disconnect you from your tarot for yourself. Sorry, Alex, I was reading your comment. No one can disconnect you from your connection to yourself. And the more you can remember your connection to yourself and the world around you, the more you can move from this state of the author of the life. You can go one Tarot Tuesday without saying no cap. No, I definitely can't. I don't think I will. Sorry. Not sorry. No capping. That's it. I think so, Capricorn. We got some extra cards for you today. Definitely getting this sense of stepping into one's magic. Like 2023 is, baby, we're just beginning. We're just beginning. We're just beginning. The reality is going to present itself. I don't even really want to speak too much about it, but right now, how can I reflect and allow it to continue to maintain this level of flow, ease, and effort? Stay true to yourself. Daily practice of magic and cultivating your connection with self is everything. For me, personally, getting some sunlight, putting my feet in the grass. Also, I want to start Qigong and more practical practices of moving my energy. Yes. Because I want to start moving things with my mind. Anyway, you can get a recap tomorrow or so on YouTube. I will post this recording on my YouTube and you can check it out there. Next up, we're flying forward with Aquarius. Capricorn, the High Priestess. That's one word. That's your card for the week, my friend. Next up is Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Rock Candy, welcome in, my dude. Good to see you, good to see you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendants is next. Y'all are sweet. I don't need a reading from you right now, Andy, but I appreciate it. That's very sweet. If you want to draw cards for me in your own time, you're welcome to do that, but, like, you don't need to. Just in time for the Aquarius party. I draw for myself. See? Did you see that? Did you see that? Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. I said I draw for myself, and this babe's like, yeah, you do. Alright. Aquarius, this one's for you. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Let's get to it. That was a geeky moment. That was just like me playing with myself. No shame. Ten of Pentacles wants to be seen today. She is so beautiful. Very great depiction. We have the Nine of Swords here, Aquarius. Nine of Wands, reverse in the root. Nine of Wands in reverse. Not with that attitude, Andy. I think I can. Where is your mind? Nine of Swords in reverse in the root, Aquarius. It's a big note right now. I'm getting the sense that it's time to bring that light, to focus once again on that, what it is that brings you this sense of experience. And if you don't have many examples or moments or memories of this in your life, how can you use your imagination to tap into this frequency of grounded connection, of a space that promotes, that encourages, that nurtures this sense of community, union, family, being seen and being able to see unconditionally, being able to hold one in one's arms, heart to heart, but it's not necessarily like definitely romance is a big part of this, but it's not the only focal point. Like, this is extremely familial vibes and reflecting on oneself and how one can continue to learn one's lessons from their connections in this lifetime, whether they be through kin or through bloodlines or through the family that you're choosing to link with now in this lifetime. Recognizing that you are allowed to shine your mental energy, your focus, and stand ground into your truth, into that what it is that you hold near and dear to you, that flame within you, but grounding this so you can stand by this, stand for this, and this is how you will continue to cultivate and craft this space for the family that it is that you wish to exist, share, and experience in this lifetime. Absolutely, yeah. As an individual who came to live a life of their dreams, now is the time to recognize that you don't have to continue these levels of dreams. How can you continue to shift your subtle actions throughout the day to continue to move towards this frequency? Knowing that you have that flame within you and you stand by this grounded truth. Your words are magical, my friend. Tonight is really touching my heart, my mind, and my soul. I promise. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this affirmation. And yeah, these readings are on point. These cards are doing it for me. Like, this guy has made it an appearance to be here multiple times today. So definitely getting very strong familial energy and healing, and stepping into creating the space within one's reality. Like, lately, learning how to see the soul within everything has allowed me to tap into a greater level of familiarity, because there's a reason why familiar and family are similar and they relate. And to see, to live a soulful life and doing my best to see the soul or project the soul into everything allows me to be more familiar with my surroundings. Like, for example, the house, and how the house has a name, and connecting with the soul of the house will allow me to continue to integrate this level and this frequency into my reality. And this download came to me today by even just doing breath work and yoga in my house affects the frequency of my space. So by doing self-care practices within your space, it's literally like imbuing that into the energy and the walls of your space, and that like compounds and really plays an effect on one's experience and how that will continue to cultivate your reality, because we are products of our environment. How you live in your own personal environment will continue to produce how you are moving. Ask your house its name and it will tell you. Yes, it will indeed. Shouts out to that one beautiful being on that Netflix TV show with houses. I am not a temptress. All about the vibration. Facts, yes. And we can always shift the vibration. The vibration is consistently open to evolution. The more we move with consciousness and awareness, the greater we can fine-tune the vibration to our best of our ability. Who, I don't remember her name, unfortunately, at this moment in time. But it's like, it was I think it's called Slowing Down or something. It's a really nice little like docu-series. Little heartwarming episodes about mindfulness, and one of those was about like sitting with the house. Oh wait, no, she goes and like organizes people's houses or something, and she always sits with the house first. That's what it was. I'm trying to remember her name though. Anyway, Pisces, number 12, the last. That's cool. That was the name of my first dog. Marie Kondo. Yes, thank you, Sister Francis. Marie Kondo is the one from the TV show. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, or wherever placements you have in Pisces. House number 12, for you, my dude. Perfect. Cards are ready to jump out. Jump the energy. Draw two. 3 of Cups. Pisces, we have the Tower here. Seven of Wands in the root. Couldn't go out without saying goodbye. Couldn't go out without saying goodbye. Shouts out to all my squirrels in here. Pisces, right now we're getting this sense of shift in the subconscious. You're becoming much more aware of the patterns and the programs that have been bestowed upon you without your consent, and the ones that you wish to continue to subscribe to, so that you may overwrite the patterns of this matrix and continue to live a life that is in alignment with your mind, your body, and your spirit. You're learning how to listen to your internal gifts, the guidance within you, your heart, that fire within, so that you may utilize this Tower moment to your gifts, to the best of your ability. You harness this Tower energy to continue to step into your union, a sense, connection with the world within and all around you. Yes, indeed, my dudes. Now's the time to let go of all those stories that are obstructing you from seeing your greatest gifts, you in the value that you share with this world, and how it's essential for you to continue to show up and do what you do, my dude, my dude, my dude, Pisces. Yep. House number 12, it's getting laid out here, and it's important for you to remember that you still have that flame. Unwavering, grounded, impeccable, eternal. The shift is happening now, you just gotta learn how to embrace it. Sit back and surrender, my friend. Keep swimming, my fish. You know what you're doing. Don't hold back. Keep dreaming. Yes, yes, yes. Sit with your subconscious and befriend it. Yes, yes, yes. And remember that you are the one who... That's about it. Solid, Pisces. I love it. Very good, very good. Great way to conclude the readings today. Absolutely, that was all 12 houses. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Readings for you, Tarot Tuesday. Shouts out. Welcome in, Dre. Good to see you, my dude. We are wrapping up for the collective, all 12 houses. We're going to jump off here and probably call it a night. I was thinking about doing another personal readings, but as you can see in my eyes, I could probably get some sleep tonight. Not a bad idea. I think we'll jump back on tomorrow and maybe twice. Let's see how we're doing. But tomorrow is the full moon. Full moon. Definitely know it's important to get out here with the full moon readings. Can you make a squirrel emote? Hey, I definitely can, just for you. Absolutely, absolutely. And if my subscribers have any recommendations for other emotes, let me know. Have some water, get some sleep. Cheers, thank you dearly. Absolutely, absolutely, yes. Best night to make moon water, indeed. I have been doing so already. Cheers to you, my moon babies. Rest well. Sweet dreams. What a great, great, great night it was for you. I'm so grateful to be able to read with you this evening, to grow alongside you in this garden. Yes, I'll see you, my friends. Until the next time. Rest well.